I'd like to demonstrate what it is that we're going to be building throughout the course of the next couple of lessons. We're going to create a new custom entity type called a video entity. In doing so, we're going to add a tab to our toolbar, which allows us to administer video entities on our site, much like you can administer the nodes on your site already. We'll provide a page where an administrator can see a list of all the existing entities. They can add new ones, they can view the existing ones, and they can edit the existing ones. Viewing a video entity will show you a page on your site with the title of the video, a duration of the video formatted as sort of time ago, and the video itself. It's actually a YouTube video rendered inside of an iframe. If you edit an existing video entity, you'll see the information that we're going to collect and store. We're going to store the name of a video, an embed code, the duration of the video, and some additional information that you're not actually seeing forms for here, like the date that this entity was created and the date that it was last updated. We're actually also going to end the series demonstrating how we can store revisions of this information as well, so that when you save or update, say the embed code for example, you'll be able to view previous revisions of the video. When you create a new video, what you're going to do is add a video, give it a name, and an embed code. That embed code is going to be the ID of a video from YouTube, like so. We could extract it from the URL. What we're going to do is write some custom code so that given this embed code, what you'll end up with on the site in your rendered entity will automatically look more like this, an iframe with the URL to the embedded video, except for all we need to store and ask users to enter is this embed code itself. I can add the embed code like so. We can add a duration, we'll just make it up for an example, and save it. Our entities are going to be fieldable. We'll make it so that you can add any number of custom fields via the field UI to your video entity, and also manage the display of those fields. We're going to talk about adding view modes so that you can see here we've got a default view mode and a member view mode. So depending on certain permissions, users can see additional fields or not. What we're going to do is set it up so that when somebody views our site, if they're logged in and have a certain permission, they'll automatically display the member view mode. Anybody else will just see the default view mode. In addition to that, we're also going to look at how we can gain views support for our video entity. So I can do things like create a new view, create a test view that is our video entity, like so, and have access to all the properties and fields that are part of that video entity. But why would I want to do this instead of just, say, creating a new node with a field that is the YouTube video? I worked on a site recently that needed to pull in video information from a third-party video provider. And it turned out that storing that information as entities was a really great way to do this. Some of the reasons are things like the videos that we were pulling in didn't have a concept of, for example, published. There was no field that mapped directly to the node's status property. None of the videos had the concept of an author. We're pulling in this information from an API, and I needed to store metadata about the video, but none of that metadata was an author. Nodes imply that you're storing some user ID or an author that's associated with that video. By doing it this way, we don't get any of the additional baggage, if you will, that comes with the Node API. In addition to that, we gain more control over things like saving and rendering of our videos. We can implement code inside of our controller that would say, for example, when somebody saved a new video, we could take the URL that they gave us in the form and parse the embed code out of that and store just that information. Or we could retrieve information from a third-party web API. There's a lot of different reasons that you might want to use entities. In this case, ours is because we just don't have the same information that needs to be stored as you might always associate with a node. It's a very specific set of data that doesn't include things like a publish status and a user ID. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lessons that are involved with creating what you've now seen in this demonstration.